It's now time for a KBRF video sports streaming presentation. Today's game is brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. The Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Ottertail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. FM Bank. Service Food. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30 of Fergus Falls. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches Embroidery. Now let's head out for the pregame.
And good evening from Fergus Falls High School and the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium, the home of the Otters girls basketball for you tonight, as the Otter girls coming off a 10-day layoff following a season opening victory over Moorhead. Fergus Falls now turns its attention to a Central Lakes Conference game and facing the visiting Sartell Sabres. Sartell dropping its season opener to Spring Lake Park just about a week ago. Thanks for joining us tonight on AM 1250 KBRF and Late Media. I'm Bob Roars. Derek sitting as our on-site producer as tonight's game is being live streamed. Fergus Falls and head coach Josh Steer, he's in his 5th season, but he's going to be sitting this one out tonight. Got some family issues to take care of this evening, so assistant coach Jess Price will step in, her 5th season with the team as well. The Otter girls getting that win over Moorhead back on November 20th. 70-59 was the final. The Otters reaching the Section 8 AAA championship game last season. 3 starters and a total of 6 letter winners returning to the roster this season. Hattie Fullhart was awesome in that Moorhead game with 17 points and 16 rebounds. She'll be a big part of this team's success all season long. Carly Hurst will be along as well. She went for 18 points and 9 boards against Moorhead. Ruby Ellison and Presley Warren contributed 10 points each. A great start to the season for the Otters. So Fergus Falls and the Otters, they proved they got scoring talent, but defense is going to be the key for the Fergus girls. And so we're taking care of the basketball. 29 turnovers against Moorhead, and that's an area of concern that needs to be cleaned up tonight. But if they can create some turnovers on the other, I think the Otter girls want to really turn up that defensive pressure no matter who they're playing this year, whether that's full court or in the half court. Coach Price tonight wants to see energy. They want to see aggressiveness on defense, and that's what's going to win them some games this season. When we come back in our pregame show, we'll visit with assistant coach Jess Price running the show tonight. We'll get her thoughts on tonight's matchup with Sartell and look ahead to the rest of the season. More in a moment. This is Otter Girls Basketball on Leighton Media.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Lake Region Healthcare joins you in shouting loud, cheering strong, and jumping for joy. Keeping our community healthy and spirited is the top priority at Lake Region Healthcare.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Ugsted Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Ugsted Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles to Quality Toyota to get a great deal, and we've done it 13 times.
Back on our pregame show, Jess Price, assistant coach, but get to be head coach tonight. Coach Steer with a little bit of a family issue to take care of tonight. So you're stepping in, and one game into this so far on the season, and looking back at the success from last season, getting to a section championship game, and then coming back. Now you got 3 starters that are returning as well. Kind of a nice situation. What do you like about this group? Any surprises that they've given you so far in the season?
I like their work ethic. I think we work really hard, and I think that we hold each other accountable, and that we like to play really good pressure defense, and that's kind of what makes it for us, and that's kind of our thing. And if we can do our thing and play our good defense, that's going to get us where we need to be.
How nice is it with 6 returning letter winners on this group too? It's like kind of lessens the burden on the coaching staff when you've got that experience, doesn't it? Can you talk about that a little bit? Yeah,
it's really nice to have some experience from all those players. It's really good to have that leadership too, just so that they can bring up those younger players that we are trying to get a little bit more experience, just so that we can have more subs and have more legs and more energy. It's just really nice to have that as a team and be able to play that well together and just have that camaraderie, and they play hard for each other.
What's the strength of this group this season?
I think that they all get along really well, and that they just want to do good for each other, and that they really love each other, and that we just work really hard for each other.
All right, so you get Sartell tonight. You're 1-0 on the season, so that's off to a good start. Defense, and you're getting some offense too. You're scoring points. But what do you know about Sartell, and what do you expect to see from them tonight?
We expect to see a lot of pressure defense. They always come and they work hard. They're not just going to give it to us. We've got to earn it. They come with a lot of grit and a lot of intensity, and they got some good shooters out there, and they just play really hard, and they're a really good, well-coached team.
Concerned about the turnovers, 29 of those in that first game, that's bound to happen, right? But any corrections? I mean, you had 10 days off basically between games.
Yeah, a lot of days off, a lot of practices in there, missed a couple just with the weather and stuff like that, and Thanksgiving break. It's a concerning number, but it's the first game, we get the jitters out for a couple people, and then we had some people who don't usually get on the floor in a varsity game, and I think quite a few came from that endpoint too. Just keep to work to get better and keep that number down and lower it as the season goes.
Is it a matter of just kind of take a breath, calm down, we're going to be okay, slow the game down a little bit, right?
Yeah, that, and just be strong with the ball and value each possession.
And I know you guys like to play in transition a little bit. Do we imagine some full court pressure tonight, try and create turnovers and get points on the other end?
Yeah, that kind of is our route that we like to play, and we like to have that availability to get out on the floor and run, because that's where we are at our best.
Everybody healthy tonight?
I believe so.
All right. Enjoy it. Have some fun.
Thank you.
That's Jess Price, the head coach, or rather the assistant coach, but she's going to get head coaching duties tonight, filling in for Coach Josh Steer. Otter girls getting set to battle Sartell in a Central Lakes Conference matchup this evening. Our pregame show continues in a moment. The Nelson Auto Center starting lineups coming up next. This is Otter girls basketball on Leighton Media and AM 1250 KBRF.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information. Minnesota Motor. South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Serving you best. Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top-quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Here's Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Barb Roy's back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Fergus Falls getting set to take on Sartell tonight. Fergus Falls 1-0 on the season. Sartell coming in 0-1. Sartell suffering a loss, 62-59, I believe was the final score, to Spring Lake Park in their opener. So here they are matching up, first conference game of the season for each of these teams. A couple other scores we want to pass along for you tonight. Fergus Falls JV gets a win over Sartell by a score of 41-29. And the Fergus Falls B team tonight with a victory tonight over Sartell, 52-20. Hallie Price with 14 points. Ellie Stortrum with 10 points for the Otters in that victory. So off to a good start today for the Fergus Falls program. Time now for our Nelson Auto Center starting lineups, brought to you by Nelson Auto Center, Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. This is what the lineup will look like tonight for the Otters. Carly Hurst is a 5'11 junior forward. She gets the nod tonight. Presley Warren is a 5'8 guard. She's just a sophomore. Grace Black, just a freshman, 5'8". Came out the other night against Moorhead and knocked down a three-pointer to start the game, and they were off and running from that point. Ruby Ellison gets a start. She's a senior forward, 5'11". And Hattie Fullhart, 5'9 senior, outstanding ball game to her for to start the season, 17 points, 16 rebounds. She's going to be a force tonight. They're going to need her tonight. Everybody who's capable of scoring offensive end for the Otters, that's going to be good to see tonight. That's going to be good news for Fergus Falls. So again, the starting lineup for Fergus Falls: Carly Hurst, Presley Warren, Grace Black, Ruby Ellison, and Hattie Fullhart. But expect a pretty good mix of bodies coming in tonight for the Otters. For the Sartell Sabres, 0-1 on the season, led by head coach Katie Martin. Kennedy Lewis is a 5'5 sophomore guard. Bryn Darling, a 5'6 senior guard. Kaya Schumann, 5'10 junior. Gabby Schumann is a senior guard, 5'7". And Mamie Kuzman, a 5'9 senior forward. That's your starting five tonight for the Sartell Sabres. Again, Kennedy Lewis, Bryn Darling, Kaya Schumann, Gabby Schumann, and Mamie Kuzman. Just three seniors on this roster for the Sartell Sabres. Keys to the game tonight as we look ahead. We're getting closer to tip-off here. Exchanged an email with Coach Martin from Sartell today, and their big concern, how do you handle that defensive pressure that they know the Otters are going to bring tonight? So extra caution on making sure that they're taking care of the basketball. They've got to be able to rebound against Fergus Falls. They've got to eliminate those second chance buckets on the offensive end for the Otters. And of course, yeah, you got to make some shots. Absolutely. Ball's got to get inside the hoop. Got to start knocking down some jumpers. Maybe spread things out. Maybe that'll slow the Otters down a little bit. Sartell graduated 6 seniors from a year ago. The only returning starter is Gabby Schumann. She is a senior, but they're looking for some big contributions. Kaya Schumann, she's a good shooter. Kay Thompson, they're relying on her to come off the bench and create some energy and create some havoc on defense, is the words of the head coach. For Fergus Falls, according to Jess Price, it's pretty simple. Take care of the basketball and knock down some shots. They've got shooters on this team, and it's going to be interesting to see just how well the Otters respond now after a long layoff. That's a little bit of a concern. Work over the Thanksgiving holiday that hopefully not too much turkey for the girls that maybe created some issues here, but hopefully they were able to get back to practice and get back to business tonight. We do want to take a moment to thank all of our sponsors. First of all, Nelson Auto Center takes care of our starting lineups. Nelson Auto Center, located Highway 210 West in Fergus Falls. Timeout tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Park Region sponsors our scoreboard. Park Region, service beyond the connection. Our halftime show, of course, as always, sponsored by Minnesota Motor Company, located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Post-game show will announce our quality player of the game. That's brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Lake Country Graphics, your apparel source for personalized printed or embroidered clothing and accessories. And a thank you to Running Stitches Embroidery, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That is Running Stitches Embroidery. We are getting set for tip-off between Fergus Falls and Sartell. Let's take a break. And we'll be back in a moment. Get this game underway. You're listening and watching Otter Girls Basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and also Leighton Media.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
What's your number?
We drove 5.2 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Lake Region Healthcare is proud to be trusted and recommended by parents and coaches, athletes, and families. Keeping healthcare close to home for local athletes and all their fans. Find us online at lrhc.org.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Bob Rosa back with you here at Fergus Falls Senior High School. Otter Girls getting set to take on Sartell. The Sabres in town. Sartell St. Stephen School District. Sabres 0-1 on the year. Otters coming in 1-0. Starting lineups being announced here inside the gym. And again, for Fergus Falls, Carly Hurst getting the start. Presley Warren being introduced. Grace Black, just a freshman. See her heading on out the center court. Ruby Ellison, 5'11 senior. She's going to be a lot of trouble down in the post. And then Hattie Fullhart, 5'9 senior, getting the start as well. Again, Carly Hurst, Presley Warren, Grace Black, Ruby Ellison, and Hattie Fullhart, your starters here for the Otters this evening. Jess Price, the head coach tonight, stepping in, interim basis. Family issues for head coach Josh Steer, so just stepping in. Jess, a Fergus Falls graduate in her 5th year with the program. Spent some time at the Fergus Community College as a player and an assistant coach. And came on board the staff here when Josh Steer got the job 5 seasons ago. So getting set for the opening tip. Otters in their maroon jerseys with the gold numbers, or white numbers with a little bit of gold trim. Sartell, meanwhile, in their road whites. Blue stripes down the sides. Sabres across the front in blue and also blue numbers. As they come out for the opening tip, Kennedy Lewis, Bryn Darling, Kaya Schumann, Gabby Schumann, and Mamie Kuzman. Yes, they are sisters. This will be Mamie Kuzman, jumping center, against Ruby Ellison. Getting the jerseys adjusted. We are all set to go with our first half of play here from Fergus Falls. Officials say we're ready to go. We got the clock ready. Everybody settled in. Let's play some basketball. Opening tip goes to the Otters, quickly into the front court. Here they come. Pass got swatted away. Back outside jumper. Grace Black, another three Just the way they started against Moorhead in the opener. Black knocks one down. Freshman 3-0 Fergus Falls. Full court pressure from Fergus. Here's Kennedy Lewis now into the corner. Lewis has got it now on the left wing. Going to work herself back towards top of the key. Gives up the dribble. This is Schumann. Kaya Schumann. Now they go back up top to Bryn Darling. Kuzman's got it on the right wing. Good strong defense by the Otters. Man-to-man D. Working in the paint. Shot clock at 9. There's an outside three. That one high off the bracket. No good. Fullhart comes away with the rebound. Otters want to run. Here they go. Quickly up ahead. Carly Hurst goes up and scores the deuce. 5-0 Otters. Full court pressure again coming for Fergus Falls. They want to go in transition. They'll want to run if they can. Doubling in the backcourt now. This is Kennedy Lewis. Finally gets it across the 10-second line. She got Grace Black on her. Swing it over. This is Kaya Schumann now in the corner. This is Kuzman. Mamie drives baseline. Pass to the corner. Tipped out of bounds. Tipped by Fergus Falls to start and then off the hands of Kaya Schumann. So another turnover. Going against Sartell early in this game. Just underway, 16:43. Otters with a 5-0 lead. Full court pressure from Sartell as well. This is Black, handles it, drops it off for Presley Warren. In the corner, here's another three. That one off the back bracket. Nice rebound. Look at Fullhart go for it. Works for that one. Pass underneath. There's a shot off glass. Count it. And a foul. Nice job by Ruby Ellison staying with it. Great feed on the inside. Otters lead 7-0. Check the foul. That's going to go against Kaya Schumann. Their first foul. First team foul. Katie Martin kind of questioning the official on that one. And a three-point play opportunity for Ruby Ellison, and she gets it. 8-0 start for the Otters. More full court pressure. This is Gabby Schumann, one of three seniors on this team, and one of the captains. Here's Kennedy Lewis, way up beyond the arc. Lewis kicks back in the corner. Drive towards the paint, outside. Here's a long three-pointer by, that's Mamie Kuzman. Missed everything, hit the backboard. Now a scramble in the backcourt. Otters come away with the basketball. Fullhart's going to work her way across the 10-second line. Otters going to settle into a half-court offense. Inside, there's a nice move. Spin, off glass, but missed the shot was Hurst. Rebound to the Sabres. Quickly into the front court. Mamie Kuzman again, 5'9" senior. Drops it off, Gabby Schumann. Here's an outside jumper. Lewis takes the three, missed it. Fullhart another rebound. She's busy in the early going. Here's Grace Black. Down underneath, Hurst up and scores. That's a great look by the Otters and a quick timeout being called by Sartell. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. 15:29 to go here in the opening half. Otters leading Sartell 10-0. Back with more in a moment. This is girls high school basketball on Layton Media.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Out of the timeout, Sartell inbounds and immediately turns it over. Stepped on the sideline over there, so at least two turnovers tonight in the early going by Sartell. Otters will inbound now. Here's Carly Hurst. Wearing number 4, the junior. Fullhart out on the left side. Now in the corner. This is Ruby Ellison. Couple dribbles, swings it over. Here's a strong drive on the inside. There's a bump. Ball goes out of bounds. It's going to stay. You say it's going to stay with the Otters? No, they're going to talk about this. I bet this one's going to get changed. Presley Warren drove and then kind of lost the handle. I bet it went off her leg. Vishal still talking about it down there. They say it's going to stay with the Otters. Sartell crowd not at all happy. Not at all happy. Bryn Darling back in the game. Checks in for Sartell. Maybe Kuzman will check out. Grace Black will inbound. Go in the corner. This is Ellison. There's a moving screen going against Fergus Falls. Full Heart's going to pick up the foul. First team foul against the Otter. That's one on Full Heart. So the full court pressure begins. Otters not letting up on that, leading 10-0. Kennedy Lewis in the backcourt. Grace Black working on her. Lewis breaks the 10-second line. Up ahead, this is Gabby Schumann. Schumann gives up the dribble, nearly travels, swings it back up top. This is Darling. Now to Lewis. Lewis harassed up on top. Lauren Morse is checked into the game. Kate Thompson is in the game as well for Sartell. Lewis swing it over. There's a drive by Morse. Missed the shot, or Kate Thompson rather. Had an open look. Fired off the backboard. Rebound to the Otters. Quickly into the front court. This is Carly Hurst. Left corner. This is Presley Warren. Swings it over. Turnover. Looking for Presley Warren. Or rather, looking for Grace Black. Nobody home. Open look three. Left corner for Sartell. That one missed. Long rebound. Comes down to Carly Hurst, and a foul going the other way. Bryn Darling's going to pick that one up. Little bump from behind. Otters basketball. Otters making a change here. Elizabeth Clinert, 5'11 junior, checking in. I see John Clinert across the way. He was reffing the B squad game tonight. Otters handling the pressure. Elizabeth Clinert, she'll bring it across into the front court quickly. Reese Keel is checked in as well for the Otters. Outside jumper, three ball. Came up short. That was Ruby Ellison. Ball, long rebound, goes all the way out of bounds, and it's going to go to Sabres. 14:07 to go here in the opening quarter. Opening half, I should say. 10-0. Fergus Falls got off to that quick start. More pressure in the backcourt. Andy Nagan-Guess is checked in into the game for Sartell. There's a three ball. Somebody finally hit one. Kennedy Lewis knocks it down. First 3 points for Sartell. It's 10-3. And a foul in the front court. Kate Thompson, I believe, is going to pick that one up, and she does. Her first. Third team foul against the Sabres. Sartell going with a lot of bodies in the early going here. Here's Reese Keel. Going to go to the right side. This is Ruby Ellison. Back up top again. Hurst has got it. High post. They kick back outside. Cross-court pass. Hurst. Hurst dribbling. One dribble. Drops it off in the lane. Here's a strong drive. That pass tipped out of bounds. Then off the fingertips of the Otters as well. Off the fingertips of Elizabeth Clinert. Turnover on Fergus Falls. Couple bad turnovers here. Last couple trips down the floor for the Otters. Mamie Kuzman's checking back in. Gabby Schumann will go to the bench for a bit. Kennedy Lewis will walk it across the 10-second line. Full Heart getting set to check back in for Fergus Falls. Pass stolen away. Elizabeth Clinert. There's a reach. There's a bad foul. Addie Nagan-Gast. That's her first. Fourth team foul already. So Full Heart checks back in. Presley Warren will go to the bench for Fergus Falls. Just a lot of interchangeable parts on this Fergus team. Very athletic, very skilled. Everybody can pretty much play everywhere. They handle the pressure. Cross-court pass. Clinert's got it. She's going to pop from 15 feet. Too far. Rebound. Nice job there by Carly Hurst, and she got fouled going up for the shot. Second foul going against Addie Nagan-Gast, I'm sorry. So Hurst to the free throw line. Otters 1 of 1 from the line so far tonight. And that free throw's up and good. Hurst now with 5 points in the game. More changes. Tess Hovda checking in. Gabby Schumann back in for Sartell. And a second free throw attempt coming here for Carly Hurst. 11-3 our score. Make it 12-3. Gets them both. She's 2 of 2 from the line. Carly Hurst now with 6 points. 12-3 our score. Otters with the lead. Guzman brings it across the 10-second line. Drops it off for Lewis. Otters staying in that half-court man-to-man defense. There's a switch up on top. Lewis tries to drive. Now has to stop on the low post. She's in trouble. Good spot-up defense from the Otters. Lewis, another three. Ball hit it. Kennedy Lewis, she's got 2 threes on the night. Gets them back within 12-6. Here's Fullhart into the front court. Otters not wasting any time getting into that half court. Hallie drives into the paint, kicks it back outside. Offensive foul? No, blocking foul going against the Sabres. A lot of contact there as Fullhart drove into the paint. Kind of caught her with an elbow up around the upper chest. Kay Thompson picks up the foul. That's 2 on her. Grace Black checks back in. More changes coming here for Sartell. Sydney Freiler checks in. 5'9" sophomore. Otters will inbound. Left side of the basket. Keel will flip it inbounds. Hurst drops it off. This is Clinton. Here's Elizabeth. Cross-court pass. Fullhart going to pop a 3. In and out. Rebound. Falls into the lap of Kaya Schumann. 12:17 to go here in the opening half. Otters lead 12-6. Here's maybe Kuzma. A little too far from the bucket there. Up on top. This is Freiler. Now inside the paint. Schumann goes up with the shot. Kaya doesn't get it. A rebound. Strong board by Clinton. Elizabeth Clinton working hard. Here's Fullhart. Fullhart goes to the corner. Open look. Black, that's a 3. She got another one. Grace Black hit one to start the game. Buries one here. 15-6 our score. Otters have opened up a 9-point advantage. They were led 10-0 to start the game. Here's Freiler working at the right elbow. Outside jumper, that's a 3 ball. Comes off too far. Loose ball in the long rebound. Comes away to the Otters. Here's Hurst off glass. Missed his shot. And she got fouled. Kaya Schumann's going to pick up that one. Her second. And another 2 free throws coming for Carly Hurst. Otter girls always looking up court. By the way, that's the 7th team foul already against Sartell with 11:26 to go here in the first half. So bonus opportunities coming for the Otters the rest of the way here in the first. Hurst hits the first free throw. More changes for Fergus. Savannah Lee is checked in. 5'6" senior. Check and see who the other girl is. Hurst drops the second one. 8 points already for Carly Hurst in this ball game. Ella Black is checked in. She's a 5'8" junior. She's in the ball game. Nearly a turnover. Sartell, they save it from going into the Fergus Falls bench. There's a dangerous pass and whistle and a foul. Got to get Fergus Falls for a push. Fullhart picks up the foul. 2 on Haley, or Hattie rather. It's one of those deals, a little bit late getting to the spot. So picks up her second team foul for Fergus Falls. Pass down low, Schumann. Here's an outside jumper. That one rolls around, off the rim, out of bounds. Last to touch was Fergus Falls. Ruby Ellison couldn't control the rebound. So the Sabres will inbound, trailing 17-6. This is Gabby Schumann to inbound. Goes high up top to Kuzman. Now in the paint, whistle, and a foul. Hold inside. Ella Black will pick up that one. 3rd team foul against the Otters. Approaching the 11-minute mark. Schumann will inbound. Gabby finally drops it off. Freiler not able. Her shot was partially blocked. Otters into the front court quickly. Here's Ruby Ellison, right corner. Brings it back up top. This is Grace Black. Grace, crossover dribble, into the paint. Stolen away. Nice play. Kennedy Lewis. And now the race is on. Here's Kennedy. Takes a bump and a foul. Ruby Ellison going to pick up that personal foul. A couple free throws coming. Like the aggressiveness of Kennedy Lewis there. Nice strong drive. She'll shoot a couple free throws now. 10:42 remaining in the opening half. Lewis, the only point scorer for Sartell tonight. She's got 6 and a couple three-pointers. Free throw, no good. A little too strong. Lauren Morris checking back in, the 5'11" junior for Sartell. She's back in the ball game. Second free throw coming for Kennedy Lewis, 5'5" sophomore guard. Gets that one. 1 of 2 from the line. She's got 7 points in the game. 10-point lead for the Otters at 17-7. There's a long pass. Otters into the front court. Going to pop the quick three. No good. Rebound goes to Sartell. Nice job, Gabby Schumann. Here comes Gabby into the front court. Drops it off. This is Kuzman. Mamie off glass. Can't get it. Strong rebound. Bodies everywhere. They try to kick it back outside. Ball stolen away by Presley Warren, and a foul that will go the other way. Going to get Kuzman on the reach. So two girls battling for the basketball. And because that's the 8th team foul, we're going to get some free throws being shot for Fergus Falls. Kate Thompson checks back in, the 5'8" sophomore for Sartell. Presley Warren at the free throw line. Scoreless so far. This is her first trip to the line. Free throw, no good. Rebound Sartell. Quickly, here's Lewis. Into the paint, weaves through traffic, goes back to the corner. Now they have to scramble, they turn it over. Another turnover for Sartell. Otters handle the 10-second line. Here's a drive. Black, back outside, they work the perimeter. Ruby Ellison, pump fake, drives into the paint. A little bit too strong, off the back of the rim. Rebound to Sartell, they want to run. Mamie Kuzman drops it off for Morris. Here's Lewis, she's going to pop another three. The left-hander, why not? Missed it. Ball comes down, foul going against Sartell. Or we stay in here. Yeah, going to get Kuzman again. Kuzman picks up the foul. I believe that's 2. It is. And more free throws coming for the Otters. Grace Black will go to the free throw line. She's got a couple three-pointers tonight. 9:43 remaining in the first half. Grace Black, the freshman, and that free throw too strong. Rebounds on the floor and a tie-up underneath. Basketball should belong to Sartell, and it does. Hey, Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. Running Stitches Embroidery, one of our sponsors with us here tonight, and they will be all season. 17-7 on the Park Region scoreboard. Otters with a 10-point lead. Here's Lauren Morris. Left side, Lewis. Schumann's got it. Now on the wing. This is Bryn Darling who's checked back into the game. Three-point attempt up on top. That missed. Rebound. Last touch by Sartell. Lauren Morse had that tipped off her fingers. So attempting full court pressure for Sartell, but the Otters handle things easily. Here's Carly Hurst, who's had a nice first half. She's got 8 already. They go back to Hurst. Left side, off glass. She got fouled. She'll go to the free throw line. Lauren Morse is going to pick up that foul. 10 team fouls already against Sartell. First foul on Morse. And Carly Hurst already 4 of 4. This is double bonus time for the Otters now. Perfect 5 for 5 on the night. 9 points total for Carly Hurst. Second free throw coming. That one's good. Perfect 6 for 6 from the free throw line. Couple 2-point field goals. She's in double figures with 10. Sartell handles the press. Cross-court pass. This is Darling. Darling drives on the right baseline. Lewis has got it. Looks for traffic. That's going to be a travel. He's going to pass to the corner, then change her mind. Unfortunately, lost the handle. Sydney Freiler checking back in for Sartell. Freiler checks in. Grace Black takes the inbound pass. She'll work one-on-one, working on Kennedy Lewis. Got to break the timeline, finally does. Ball's tipped right into the scorer's table. Nice hustle there by Gabby Schumann. Tips it out of bounds for Sartell. Otters with plenty of time. 26 on the shot clock. Leading by 12, 19-7 on the Park Region scoreboard. Trouble up on top, nearly losing the handle is Keel. And now a timeout being called by Jess Price. She says, let's talk this over, get things settled down on offense. 8:35 remaining in the opening half on the Park Region scoreboard. Fergus Falls 19 and Sartell 7. This is girls high school basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and Layton Media.
Lake Region Healthcare knows what all coaches know. It takes tons of teamwork, great amounts of grit, and heaps of hustle to triumph. Lake Region Healthcare, supporting and celebrating our high school athletes.
It's time to replace your old furnace. That old one has been a drain on your energy bill for far too long. Let Otters Plumbing and Heating replace your old inefficient furnace with a new carrier system and help you and your checkbook rest easy. Otters Plumbing and Heating, Fergus Falls.
At Fergus Falls Monument Company, Ryan and Mike want you to design a personal memorial for your loved one that will fully express your personal sentiment and that of your loved one. Fergus Falls Monument on Pebble Lake Road, online, foreverstonememorials.com.
Timeouts tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. We thank them, as always, for their support. Outside jumper off the timeout. Fergus Falls missing the shot. That was Ruby Ellison. Sartell fighting in the backcourt, gets the rebound, and then a late foul on a reach on Carly Hurst. It's one of those silly fouls in the backcourt that you don't need. Just get back on defense. So 8:21 remaining here in the opening half. Fergus Falls a comfortable 19-7 lead. Raced out to a 10-0 lead to start the ball game tonight. Here's Frailer. Drops it off foul. Lauren Morris pass down in the paint. They got the shot off. That was Darling. She got fouled, and now a whistle underneath. Keel's going to pick up the foul for the Otters. 6 team fouls on Fergus Falls. Sabres will inbound, trailing by 12. This is Gabby Schumann looking for the cut. Fergus Falls sets up. There's a pass on the inside. Shot up. Another foul. That's Carly Hurst, I believe, going to pick up her second. Check that. That's Keel. That's 2 on Keel. 2 in a row. Elizabeth Clinert getting set to check back in. Morse to the free throw line. Lauren Morse, 5'11 junior. Scoreless in the ball game so far. Free throw attempt. That one's too strong.
Morse at the line. Back into the game for the Otters, number 5, Clinert.
Clinert back in for Fergus Falls. Second attempt coming here for Morse. That one swished it. Nothing but net. Her first point. 19-8 our score. Otters in the backcourt. Boy, good pressure. Good half-court trapping defense here by Sartell. Clinert's got the basketball. Fergus hasn't scored in a while. Nice block from behind. Great job by Sartell's Lauren Morris. Clinert drove the baseline on the right side and then got rejected from behind. Nice play by the Sabres. Fergus Falls will inbound, left side of the hoop. Ball tipped out of bounds. Tried to go to Ellison. Now they'll inbound from the side. Ellison to Grace Black. Shot clock at 15. Here's Black. They picked her up. Kicks it back outside. Work the perimeter. This is Ellison wide open underneath Clinic. She took a bump from behind. Nice defense. Just 5 left to go on the shot clock. Tried to find Clinton on the baseline. So Grace Black will inbound. Left to the right side of the basket and more defense on the inbound. Gabby Schumann. Sartell playing some inspired defense here. So Ellison inbounding just 4 on the shot clock. Otters need a shot quickly. Here's Black. She's going to fire one up from wherever that ball got tipped. Is that too late? Wave off the bucket. Wave it off. Shot clock violation. So how about that for a confidence builder? Tess Hovda, 6-foot junior, coming into the ball game for Sartell. Great effort there by Lauren Morse for the Sabres off the bench. 19-8 our score on the Park Region scoreboard. 7:28 to go here until halftime. Minnesota Motor Company sponsoring our halftime show as usual. Here's Kennedy Lewis. Handles the 22nd line. Schumann. Darling. She's on the right wing. Cross-court pass has it swatted away. Possibly a steal by Ellison. Now they got to start all over again. Shot clock at 15. Gabby Schumann. Grace Black on her. Frailer the basketball. Schumann. Shot clock at 6. Here's Kennedy. Kennedy Lewis fires one up with the left hand from the corner. That hits nothing. Shot clock violation. And Sabres turn it right back over to Fergus Falls. Both teams going heavy with the full court pressure. That's really limited the scoring here so far in the first half. Ellison up ahead. Kleinert drops it off. Ellison, now they handle it. Outside jumper, that's a 3-ball. Got it. Presley Warren left her alone. 22-8. Otters with a 14-point lead, biggest of the game. Here's Frailer. I pronounce it Frailer to begin. PA announcer here pronounce it Frailer. I'll go with that. Here's Lewis, another 3-ball attempt. Left-hander, missed it. Rebound off the handle. Block shot. Nice job there by Presley Warren. Otters into the front court. Ellison, swing it over. Kleinert's going to pop. That's a 2. Too strong. Scramble for the basketball. Sartell was there, stepped on the baseline. Basketball will belong to Fergus Falls. Sartell substitution. Addie Nagengast checking back in. Grace Black will inbound for the Otters. High up top, threw it into the backcourt, threw it away. A lot of unnecessary turnovers tonight for Fergus Falls. More changes coming for Sartell. Kaya Schumann checks back in. Kaya, the 5'10 junior. Fergus Falls got one more sub they're trying to get in. Possibly not going to happen. That's Ella Black getting set to come in next whistle. Here's Kaya Schumann. She's got the basketball. Nagengast into the paint. Nearly traveled. Back to Kennedy Lewis. Lewis spins in the paint. Kick outside. 3-ball. Swish. That's Kaya Schumann. Her first points of the ball game. 22-11. Otters lead. Cut to 11 points here on the Park Region scoreboard. Here's Grace Black. Works her way out of trouble at half court. Nobody picked her off. Nice pass on the inside to Elizabeth Kleinert. That one hung on the rim, didn't go. Rebound to Sartell. Quickly into the front court. Here's Gabby Schumann. Works it back outside. Nagengast, cross-court pass. Bad idea. And they're going to say a foul going against the Otters. Ruby Ellison getting the foul, I believe. Second on Ruby. She's going to come out of the game. About a step late getting there. So Hattie Fullhart checking back in for the Otters. Savannah Lee back in for Fergus Falls, I believe. Free throws coming here. That one's up and good. Freeler gets that one. Reese Keels back in for the Otters. Grace Black will have a seat, the freshman. And a second free throw attempt coming for Fergus Falls. Ella Black is checked into the game also for Fergus Falls. Free throw attempt, good. So Freiler gets them both. 22-13 our score. Otters, Fullhart, nice move inside, whistle, count it, and a foul. Katie Martin wants a travel on the call. Kuzman picks up the foul. That's going to be 3 on her. Wanted the travel, didn't get it, so Fullhart with a chance to complete a 3-point play. She's been quiet so far tonight. 24-13 on the Park Region scoreboard. Fullhart's free throw attempt is good. 25-13, lead back at 12 for the Otters on the Park Region scoreboard. Approaching the 5-minute mark remaining here in the first half. Wide open underneath. That's Nagengast. Nobody found her. She goes up and scores. 25-15. Great job breaking the press by the Sabres. Here's Fullhart in the half court. Kicks back outside. Savannah Lee. Now Keel's got it top of the key. Way out beyond the arc. Pump fake. Fullhart works her way through traffic. A little hesitation. Stepped off the side of the backboard. Stolen away. Nice job by the Otters. Savannah Lee takes that one away. Fresh shot clock. Fullhart's got it off on the left wing. Back up top, Carly Hurst. Hurst swings to the corner, threw it away. A little miscommunication there. As Ella Black moved to the inside. Bryn Darling getting set to check back in for Sartell. And she's going to replace Addie Nagengast, the junior. Just contributed a bucket. Otters stay with that full court defense. Fullhart in the backcourt, playing with 2 fouls. Kennedy Lewis into the front court. Bryn Darling's got it. Nearly traveling. She did. Katie Martin was screaming, I want a timeout, and nobody heard her. Screamed, I wanted a timeout. Refs didn't hear it. Here's Hurst into the front court for Fergus Falls. Reese Keel right side. Bad pass into the paint. Turnover bug. Really hurting the Otters here. Those are lost possessions. 3-point attempt from way outside. Missed, but Sartell recovers the rebound. But the rebound then comes down, and now another loss. Another missed shot in the inside. Getting ugly down in there. Sartell's got to kick it back outside. Now they're going to regroup. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Kennedy Lewis. Whistle and a timeout for Katie Martin. And wants a full timeout. 3:42 remaining here in the first half. On the Park Region scoreboard. 25-15 our score. Fergus Falls leading Sartell. Let's take a break. Back with more. This is girls high school basketball on AM 1240, KBRF and Lake Media.
Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls is proud to sponsor area athletics. Nelson Auto knows the value of a good team, and we'd like to invite you in to meet our team. See how our team takes care of you and your family. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance? Trust Alicia Helgeson at FM Bank in Fergus Falls. With expert guidance and local know-how, she makes the mortgage process smooth and stress-free. Call Alicia or apply online at mybankfm.com today. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls and Breckenridge. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
Our timeouts, as usual, brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Sartell's battled their way back into this ball game. Trailed 10-0, fell behind by as many as 12, got it back within about 8, and then the Otters put the gas back on again, but back to leading 25-15, but Sartell basketball out of the timeout. Schumann, cross-court pass, way in the corner, Bryn Darling able to track it down. Just 2 on the shot clock, they throw it up, no good. Shot clock violation, Fergus defense solid. And the Otters with possession here. Full court pressure for both teams tonight, and we talked about that in the pregame show. Not a surprise to either team, just a matter of how do you handle it. Fergus Falls not been real good. A lot of turnovers, a lot of wasted possessions in this game. Back outside. Hurst gets it to Fullhart. She's in the right corner. Zone defense here. There's a backdoor cut. Fullhart open, missed a shot. Goes up with the second one, missed it again. Here's Hattie, still battling. Finally goes off glass, missed another one. Another tie up underneath. And a foul going against the Otters. They're going to call that on Carly Hurst. Had basketball, had a lot of arm too. So foul against Hurst. Free throws the other way. Free throw shooting contest for both these teams. Okay, Thompson checked back in, the sophomore. As Kaya Schumann goes to the bench for Sartell. 9th team foul against the Otters. 1-1 situation coming here. They're trying to get Grace Black back into the game, and she will check in. Savannah Lee will go to the bench. So the 1-1 for Gabby Schumann. Scoreless so far in the night. Free throw around and in. Nice touch by Gabby. Her first point. 25-16. Schumann, second attempt, got that one. 2 points for her. She's 2 of 2 from the line. 25-17. Otters with the lead. Taking their time with this full court pressure. Work it across. This is Hurst. Grace Black, back to Hurst. Kind of a 1-2-2 zone setup here. Inside, Fullhart finally got one to go. Now 5 points in the ball game for Hattie. That lifts the lid for her a little bit. Back to a 10-point lead on our Park Region scoreboard. 27-17. 3-ball missed by Sartell. Fullhart a rebound. Quickly up court. There's an easy deuce on the other end for Reese Keel. Reese's first points of the ball game. 29-17. Back to a 12-point lead for the Otters. Kennedy Lewis approaching the 2-minute mark remaining here in the first half. They switch up on top. Kennedy Lewis going to try and drive with the left hand. Wild shot. She got fouled. Everybody was straight up on the play, but they're going to get Keel for her third foul. You're saying, I thought it was straight up. I thought it was squared up. So going to the free throw line is Kennedy Lewis, who is 1 of 2 on the night. Lewis, left-handed shooter. That one too strong. Missed it. Ruby Ellison back in for the Otters. Presley Warren back in for Fergus Falls. Kate Thompson is checked back in, I believe, for the Sabres. Second free throw attempt coming. That one too strong also, but a long rebound. Ruby Ellison has to come away with that one. Now getting harassed in the backcourt. Otters finally break the pressure. Up ahead, Fullhart's got it on the right side. Guarding very close. Fullhart now drives on the inside, and she got fouled. There's such a thing as aggressive defense, and it comes to some point where you got to wise up. You just got to stay away. Got to give a little bit of room. Lauren Morris picks up the foul. Second personal foul. Fullhart at the free throw line shooting 2 and got it. Tess Hovda checks back in for the Sabres. Otter lead now at 30-17 on the Park Region scoreboard. Second attempt from Fullhart. Too strong, but a rebound to Fullhart. Now works her way inside, missed the shot. Gets her own rebound. There's one of those second half. Now they call the tie-up. But I think the basketball is going to belong to Fergus Falls. And it does. Possession arrow stays with the Otters. Fullhart now 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Having a tough time inside. A lot of shots off the underside of the rim. They go to Fullhart, work the out-of-bounds play in the corner. This is Grace Black. That's a bad pass again, but Fergus recovers. Ruby Ellison back up top. Hurst dropping on the floor. Here's a jumper. That missed from short range. Ellison missed the shot, and a bad foul on Fullhart in the backcourt. Got to get out of there. Third foul on Hattie Fullhart. Just don't need to be hanging around. So now the double bonus situation for the Sabres with 1:28 remaining here in the first half. Just no reason to be in there after the other team's got the rebound. Kennedy Lewis will shoot, missed it. Fortunately, she's been ice cold from the free throw line. She's just 1 of 4. Elizabeth Kleinert back in for the Otters as Fullhart needs to go to the bench. Second free throw from Kennedy Lewis. That one too strong, and the Otters control the board. Lewis just 1 of 5 from the line. There's another turnover. Tried to go to Ruby Ellison underneath. They threw it away. See Jess Price on the Otter bench. Got to slow down. Gabby Schumann. Here's Kennedy Lewis. She got blocked from behind, and then it lands right in her lap. She's on the baseline. Basketball belongs to Fergus Falls. Wow, what a break. Great defense from behind by the Otters. So here's Ruby Ellison for Grace Black in the backcourt. Weaves her way through traffic. Breaks the 10-second line. They're going to double her. There's a bad pass at half court. Otters not spacing out real well. Outside jumper for Kate Thompson. Buried at 3. Her first points of the ball game. 30-20. Back to a 10-point game. Here's Grace Black. Goes up and scores. Great look up court to handle that press. She's got 8. 32-20. 35 seconds to go till halftime. Our Minnesota Motor halftime show. Thompson up on top. Gabby Schumann. Left-handed dribble. Now spins in the paint. Back outside. Lewis going to pop the 3. Rims off. Rebound. Goes to Sartell. They're going to call a jump ball, and I think it's going to stay with the Sabres on this end. They will inbound left side of the basket. Quick substitution with Ella Black coming in. Can get Ruby Ellison out of there too, just afraid they don't want to risk any fouls. 22 seconds to go. Ball tipped by the Otters, but handled by Schumann in the corner. Jumper, that's Freeler. Got it. Surprise, surprise. She's got 5 points in the game. 32-23. And there's a bench warning for the Sabres there. Girls getting a little too excited on that coming out onto the floor. Just a bench warning. Kleinert off the inbound. Otters with 9 seconds to go. Pushed in the backcourt. Lewis picks up the foul. Again, you can be aggressive, but you can't be bumping the whole way down the floor. And that's what happened there. So another double bonus opportunity. Elizabeth Kleinert now at the free throw line. Her first appearance. She's scoreless on the night. First free throw by Elizabeth. In and out.
Into the game for the Otters, number 22, Lee.
Savannah Lee is checked in. Hurst comes out. 9 seconds to go. Again, just don't want to risk fouls on the Otters. Second attempt. Elizabeth gets that one. Her first point of the ball game. 33-23, 10-point lead for the Otters. Here's Gabby Schumann. Somebody's got to shoot the basketball. Ball's on the floor. That's going to be a problem. A scrum, and that will end our first half. On our Park Region scoreboard, girls basketball tonight from the Fergus Falls High School, the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Otters 33, Sartell 23. We'll take a break. Our halftime show continues in a moment. You're listening to girls high school basketball. The Otters are on the air. You're listening to it on AM 1240 KBRF and also watching on Layton Media.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Bob Roy's back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Otters with a 33-23 lead here over Sartell. Welcome to the Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Minnesota Motor Company located on South Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls. Turnovers, the big problem for the Otters here in this one tonight. Again, just a lot of wasted opportunities, bad passes, players not coming to get the basketball, open spaces where they think someone's cutting, not cutting. Ball's been all over the place. And again, the Otters coming out 29 turnovers against Moorhead, their opening game, and struggling here tonight as well. Not getting shots, not shooting the basketball very well either. Started well. Otters raced out to a 10-0 lead in this one, and then Sartell slowly chipped away, but that's when the turnovers really started here. Both teams playing a lot of full court pressure, a lot of tough man-to-man defense in the half court as well. That's been creating a little bit of a problem tonight for the Otters, but still able to somehow get a 33-23 lead. So leading by 10, led by as many as 14 points in this game tonight. Fergus Falls again with that 10-point lead at the break. As we check the scoring now, first of all, for Fergus Falls, leading the way, Carly Hirsch. She was red hot to start the game. Couple field goals. She's 6 of 6 from the free throw line tonight, so that's good for 10 points. Elsewhere, Grace Black has knocked down a couple of threes as well as a 2-point field goal. So she's got 8 points on the night. 2 points for Reese Keel off the bench. 1 point for Elizabeth Kleinert. That free throw came just right at the end of the first half. Presley Warren has contributed a 3-pointer tonight, 0 of 1 from the free throw line. Ruby Ellison with a 2-point field goal and is 1 for 1 from the free throw line. That's good for a total of 3 points. Hattie Fullhart now playing with 3 fouls. Got to keep an eye on that one. Hattie Fullhart, the 5'9" senior, couple field goals and 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight for that total of 6 points for that team total of 33. Sartell, meanwhile, is led by point guard Kennedy Lewis, a couple 3-pointers, just 1 of 5 from the free throw line, so she's got 7 points. Sydney Freeler knocked down a 3 as well as 2 for 2 from the free throw line. She's got a total of 5. 3 points for Kaya Schumann. 3 points for Kate Thompson, who came off the bench and popped in the 3-ball late. No points for Lauren Morse off the bench tonight. No scoring for Tess Havda. Gabby Schumann is 2 of 2 from the free throw line, good for 2 points. And no points for Mamie Kuzman. And Addie Nagengast coming off the bench, coming up with a couple points this evening for their team total of 23. So Fergus Falls leading it 33-23 at the half on our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. And we'll be back with more in a moment. Look towards the second half, keys for the second half for Fergus Falls. That'll be big. We'll talk about that and more and then go through our second half tip-off in a moment. You're listening to girls high school basketball. The Otters are playing at AM 1240 KBRF and also Leighton Media.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's has a way better option than some overprocessed junk from the back of your freezer. They've got take and bake meals made fresh with real ingredients, and all you have to do is stick it in the oven. Fresh and Fancy, saving moms one dinner at a time.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you where to eat.
Bob Royce back with you here at Fergus Falls Senior High School. The Otter girls with a 33-23 lead over Sartell. First conference game for both of these teams in the Central Lakes Conference. Fergus Falls 1-0 coming in after their win over Moorhead. Sartell losing their opening game to Spring Lake Park to begin the season. So they are 0-1 on the year. A little bit of a change on the Fergus Falls bench tonight. Jess Price, the assistant coach, stepping in. She's running the show tonight. Head coach Josh Steer, in his 5th season, has to step away. Had some family issues he had to take care of. So Jess Price able to step in tonight and had a nice visit with her on our pregame show. Talked about the keys to this ball game, and we didn't really touch on it very much in the pregame show, but again, the big thing here, you got to limit turnovers, and the Otters have not done a good job of that so far in this ball game. Just way too many missed possessions here in the opening half, not shooting the ball particularly well. That makes those possessions even more important. Got to be able to handle that pressure. Both teams are going full court, pressuring the basketball really hard. A lot of fouls in that opening half. Both teams end up in the double bonus at the end of the first half. So a couple players for the Otters in foul trouble. We'll watch Reese Keel off the bench. She's got 3. But Carly Hurst has a couple fouls. Ruby Ellison with 2 fouls. And even more importantly, Hattie Fullhart has 3 fouls in this game. She ended up sitting quite a bit in that first half. Managed just a couple field goals and going 2 of 3 from the free throw line. So Otters need to find a way to make this work in the second half and get themselves back into this one again. We do want to take a moment here during our Minnesota Motor Company halftime show to thank all of our sponsors. We like to do that from time to time. First of all, of course, Minnesota Motor Company sponsoring our halftime show. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls sponsors our starting lineups tonight. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Scoreboard brought to you by Park Region. Park Region, service beyond the connection. Don't forget, after this game, in our post-game show, we'll have our Quality Player of the Game. That's sponsored by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics and Running Stitches Embroidery. Running Stitches, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. Let's take another break on our halftime show. When we come back, should be moving closer to the second half. So we'll be back with more from the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Fergus Falls leading Sartell at halftime, 33-23. This is Otter Girls Basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and Leighton Media.
The key to a great meal is at the Viking Cafe of Fergus Falls. The Viking Cafe with Minnesota's best omelet, manhole cover pancakes, and burgers that will fill your appetite. The key to a great breakfast and lunch is at the Viking Cafe, downtown Fergus Falls.
Need custom tees, hats, or uniforms? Let Lake Country Graphics bring your brand to life with top quality screen printing and embroidery. Located on North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls. Call 998-4027 today.
For over 50 years, Ottertail Coaches has safely carried kids to school, to games, and back home again. Trusted by generations, they're proud to serve Fergus Falls and the surrounding area. Ottertail Coaches, safety, service, and dependability.
Bob Rohr's back with you here at the Fergus Falls Gymnasium. Good friend Mark Lundeen stopping by, paying us a visit here. Otters leading 33-23 at halftime here inside the Fergus gym. Carly Hurst leading the way for the Otters. 10 points, couple field goals, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, so that's a pretty impressive effort. Grace Black popped in a couple three-pointers to begin this ball game, and also a two-pointer, so she's got 8 points. Ruby Ellison with 3, Hattie Fullhart, a couple field goals, 2 of 3 from the free throw line with 6 points for the Otters. As we get set for our second half, teams shooting it around right now. Let's take one more break. When we come back, second half tip-off. This is high school basketball, girls hoops, Otter basketball on AM 1240 The Fan, or AM 1240 KBRF, and Late Media.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Back at Fergus Falls High School, Otters coming out for the second half, leading 33-23 over Sartell. It will be Fergus Falls basketball to start the second half. Same girls, same 5 girls that started the ball game. I see Ruby Ellison. I see Carly Hurst on the floor. Hurst has got the basketball now. Presley Warren, Grace Black, Hattie Fullhart. And Black has got the basketball now, and another turnover to start things. That's great defense on the wing by Bryn Darling. Kennedy Lewis, Bryn Darling, Kaya Schumann, Gabby Schumann, Mamie Kuzman, your starting 5 on the floor for Sartell. Here's Kennedy Lewis into the front court. 7 points for her in the first half. Gabby Schumann back up top, Darling, guarded by Black. Swings it for Kennedy Lewis. Down on the block, Darling went for the shot, lost the handle on the way up. Fullhart maybe got a deflection on that. Otters the basketball into the front court, out in the wing. Here's Grace Black, the freshman, guarded strongly by Kennedy Lewis. Presley Warren on the right wing. This is Black, takes a hand check up on top. Grace dekes her way through the paint, missed the shot. Rebound inside though by Fullhart. Ball never hit the rim, so now they got to shoot it. Here's Fullhart, works in the paint, lost the handle. Ball's loose. Ball's still loose on the floor. Now who's got it? A tie up inside. Hurst and maybe Kuzman on the tie up. Basketball will belong to the Sabres. So just over a minute in and some ugly basketball to start. Kennedy Lewis will bring it up slowly. Fergus going to sit back in half-court defense for now. Too many fouls. Can't risk anything. There's a strong drive on the inside. Kaya Schumann gets the bucket. She's got 5. Nobody picked her up. 33-25 on the Park Region scoreboard. Another bad play. Steal. Otters somehow recover that basketball. Now a 10-second call against the Otters. Looking for a deflection is Jess Price. Not going to get that call. Fergus Falls struggling out of the gate here in the second half. Mamie Kuzman will inbound in front of the, no, they're going to bring her back. Here's Kai Schumann will inbound. Going to be Kuzman inbounding right in front of the Sartell bench. They get it to Lewis. Swing it around. Kuzman for Lewis. Lewis down the right baseline. Back outside. Bryn Darling has to reverse course. Nearly tied up, and they did get the tie up. Nice defense there by Carly Hurst. Risking a foul. This kid's not taking care of the basketball tonight. 33-25 our score. Otters leading by 8 on the Park Region scoreboard. Ruby Ellison into the front court. Here's Warren, has it stolen away. Here's Kaya Schumann the other way. Has it blocked from behind and out of bounds. No, got fouled. Warren picks up the foul, her first. Boy, Otters just not handling the basketball. First on Presley, first team foul against the Otters, and 2 shots coming here for Kaya Schumann. Schumann, a 5'10 junior. Free throw, high off the rim, no good. Her first trip to the free throw line. Schumann's second attempt, trying to make this a 7-point game. Missed it. Rebound comes down to Hurst. Fullhart's got it. Working for help in the backcourt. Gets it. Here's Fullhart out between the rings. Trying to run that half-court offense. Hands off for Black. Here's Grace. Warren's got it, right wing. Presley drops it underneath for Hurst. Nice spin to the bucket. Missed the shot. Rebound comes down to Sartell. Pressure in the backcourt. Ball's on the floor again. Sartell comes away with the basketball. Here's Kennedy Lewis. Turnaround jumper from 5 feet. Left it short. Rebound comes down to Warren. Swings it up ahead, floated the pass. Here's Ellison. Ellison back outside. Grace Black's going to pop a 3 ball. Too strong. Rebound, Ruby Ellison. Fresh shot clock for the Otters. Nice pass underneath. No, stolen away. Black tried to go underneath for Warren. Then Warren. Contact from behind. Ball still loose on the floor. Otters come away with the basketball. Here's Grace Black. Back for Presley Warren. Fullhart, pump fake into the paint. Works away into the lane. That's going to be a travel. Yep. Turned it over again. Otters just losing possessions here. Lauren Morris. Kate Thompson checking back in for Sartell. 15-12 remaining in the second half. Otters have not scored in the first couple minutes here of the second half. Still leading by 8, 33-25 on the Park Region scoreboard. Lewis, Kuzman. Thompson. Kuzman's got it now, way out on the right side. Tries to go underneath. That's a bad idea, bad pass, not a chance. Great defense by Ruby Ellison. Quickly into the corner. Hurst, she's on the left side, now in the wing. Working on Lewis. Now get double teamed on the basketball and lost the handle. Got to keep moving the basketball. Here's Lewis, Kennedy Lewis. Looking for a backdoor cut. Back up top. This is Morris. Thompson for Sartell, nearly lost the handle, defended. She's on the floor, can't stand up. Whistle, timeout by Katie Martin. The Sartell wants to talk this one over. We'll keep it here for the time being. This is a 30-second timeout. 14:23 remaining here in the second half on the Park Region scoreboard. Fergus Falls still leading 33-25. Just 2 points being scored so far in the second half. That was Kaya Schumann, who got a steal and a bucket. Timeout's brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare, by the way. Coming up next for Fergus Falls, the girls. They travel to Detroit Lakes on Friday night. That's a 7:15 start for the varsity in Detroit Lakes. We got more basketball coming your way also on our family of stations. Henning and Underwood, that's a girls basketball game on Thursday night. Henning at Underwood, that's you can hear that one on KJJK, 7:30 start, pregame around 7:15. Hockey for you. Boys hockey with River Lakes traveling to Fergus Falls. Hear that one out. Out of the timeout, Sartell the basketball. Fergus sitting back in his zone. Outside jumper by Kuzman. Hit the rim, missed it. Rebound tip. Ball comes down to Carly Hurst. And she got fouled in the backcourt. Bad foul there by Kate Thompson. It's going to be 3 on her. More substitutions for the Otters. Reese Keel's going to check in. Grace Black is going to come to the bench. 33-25. Otters basketball. Presley Warren has it in the backcourt. Ruby Ellison working the press breaker. Elizabeth Klinner checked back in for the Otters as well. Underneath for Hurst. Got it. Flips it back out top. Ellison, plenty of time on the shot clock. She's going to drive. Nobody picked her up. Kicks it open. Klinner's got an open look from 10 feet. Too strong. Missed a shot. Rebound for Keel. Fresh shot clock for the Otters. Outside jumper. That's a 2. Missed it. Klinner working hard on the inside. She missed the gimme underneath. And the rebound to Sartell. Otters turning it over and not shooting well. Here's Kennedy Lewis. Drives baseline. Gets covered up. Double teamed actually. Kate Thompson out on the left wing. Morris flips it over. This is Schumann. Here's Gabby. Left-hand dribble. Spins her way into the paint. Has to give it up. Gives up the dribble. Now nobody's open. Looking at a 5-second call. Finally drops it off. This is Thompson. Scoop underneath the hoop. Got it to go somehow. Kate Thompson now with 5 points in the ball game. 33-27. Closest Sartell's been since the beginning of the game. The Otters turned it over again. Grace Keel stepped on the sideline near the outer bench. More substitutions. This is Freeler checking in for the Sabres. Kuzman, Kaya Schumann. Gabby Schumann's got the basketball. Freeler and Morse in the ball game. There's a steal on the inside. Nice job by the Otters. Nearly turned it over, and they nearly did again. Boy, hands everywhere for Sartell. They got to break it across the 10-second line. Timeout being called by the Otters. Timeout being called by Fergus Falls before the 10-second call. 12:35 remaining here in the second half. Sartell's coming back. They've made this a 6-point game, 33-27. Otters leading Sartell. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. We'll take one as well. You're listening to Otter Girls Basketball on 1240 AM, KBRF, and Layton Media.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
Good timeout tonight being brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Appreciate them being on board with us all season long as one of our sponsors. Out of the timeout for the Otters, they were looking at another 10-second call, and assistant coach Jess Price, who's running things tonight for the Otters, very alertly called the timeout. So 33-27 our score. Otters the basketball. Going from right to left here in the second half. Here's Presley Warren across the 10-second line. Now hands it off for Reese Keel. Back for Warren on the left wing. Keel's got it on the right side now. Trying to swing inside the paint. Here's Hurst, who's been very quiet here since starting the game, red hot with a couple field goals and big at the free throw line. Tess Hovda's checked in the game for Sartell, and she's going to pick up the foul. And a free throw attempt coming here for Carly Hurst, who's been a perfect now 7 for 7. Now 11 points in the ball game. Second team foul going against Sartell here in the second half. Another free throw up and good. 12 points now for Carly Hurst. Those are the first 2 points for Fergus Falls here in the second half. Double team in the backcourt. Gabby Schumann trying to work her way through traffic. Finally beats the 10-second line. Gets it up to sister Kaya. Here's Gabby out between the rings. Pass down low, inside. Havda up and scored. They left her alone, and she got a bucket. 35-29. It's back to a 6-point game. Fergus will lead in the leather. Hattie Fullhart getting set to check back in for the Otters. Here's Warren back up top. Hurst swings it. Keel with the basketball. Zone defense here. Here's a drive on the outside. Bucket? No. Ruby Ellison's going to go to the free throw line, though. Drove hard down the left side. Sydney Freeler picks up the foul. That's her first. And 2 free throws coming now for Ruby Ellison, who's 1 of 1 from the line so far tonight. Make that 2 for 2. Now 4 points in the game. Hattie Fullhart checks in for Fergus Falls. Kennedy Lewis back in the ball game for the Sabres. 11:38 to go here in the second half. Otters now lead by 7. Make it 8. Ellison goes 2 for 2. 5 points in the ball game. More backcourt pressure for the Otters. Sartell better hurry. Lewis brings it across the 10-second line. They avoid it. There's an easy way to break the press and get a bucket. Kaya Schumann. That was 7 points in this ball game. Otters slow to pick her up deep. Otters handle the pressure. Ellison thinking about the 3 in the left corner. Now drives baseline, kicks it back for Fullhart. Here's a 3 attempt from Keel. Off the rim, rebound Havda for Sartell. Here's Kennedy Lewis. They can make this a 4-point game, possibly a 5-point game. Kennedy gets the bucket and a foul. Kennedy Lewis. Strong move with the left hand. They get Warren with the foul. Presley second. Presley's going to come to the bench. Ella Black is checking in for Fergus Falls, and an opportunity for a 3-point play to make this a 3-point ball game. Free throw up is good. Lewis now with 10 points for Sartell, 37-34. Otters got to get some buckets here. Fullhart into the front court. Here's Reese Keel, way out in the left wing. Otters got to move to the basketball a little bit. Sitting back in that zone is Sartell. Otters not having a good time with this at all. Keel swings it, Fullhart going to drive left side, takes that step off glass, missed the shot terribly. And now a bad foul in the backcourt. Who are they going to get? They're going to get Elizabeth Clinard on that one. First foul on Elizabeth. It's a 3-point game as Gabby Schumann and Mamie Kuzman both checking back in for Sartell. Otters are going to sit back, man defense in the half court because the full court is creating too many fouls for them. Foul situations 3 apiece here. 3 team fouls each in the second half. Kennedy Lewis. Fullhart on her. Pass to the inside for Havda. Got tipped out of bounds by Ruby Ellison. Fergus Falls just 4 points so far in the second half. And we played 7.5 minutes. Inbound pass. Kuzman. Schumann over for Lewis. Kennedy Lewis going to pop a 3. Too strong. Rebound, Fullhart. Hattie playing with those John Deere green shoes tonight. Ellison back for Fullhart. They swing in the corner. Elizabeth Clinard working on that zone. Fullhart takes a bump, counter, and a foul. Went up for the shot, took some contact. Finally, somebody broke to the bucket. So Fullhart gets the hoop. Foul's going against Schumann. That's going to be her first, but a chance for a 3-point play now for Hattie Fullhart. Savannah Lee, Grace Black checking back in for the Otters. Fullhart 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight so far. Free throw attempt, nice arc, got it. Caps off the 3-point play. She's got 9, 40-34, leads back to 6. Otters needed that one. Here's Kennedy Lewis into the front court. For Gabby Schumann. Gives up her dribble on the wing. No, yes she didn't. Able to control it. Here's Kennedy Lewis, drives baseline. Otters cut her off. Somebody's got, don't let off on her. Here's Schumann goes up for the hoop and she got clobbered. Might be on Fullhart. And it is. It's going to be 4 fouls on Hattie. I'm not sure the Otters can risk keeping her in the ball game right now. Carly Hurst getting set to come in. So Schumann going to the free throw line. Gabby's free throw is rounded out. Schumann was 2 for 2 in the first half from the line. Fullhart comes out. Hovde comes out for the Sabres. Lauren Morse has checked back in for Sartell. Free throw by Schumann. That one's good. Gabby now 3 of 4 from the free throw line tonight. She's got 3 points in the ball game. Full court pressure remains for Sartell. Klinnert's going to bring it across the 10-second line. Now the Otters got to get that half-court offense set up against this zone. It's Ella Black dribbling on the outside, back up top. Hurst. Klinert drives into the paint, wanted to pull up. Hurst is going to pop a 3 from the outside. Had the line, missed the shot. Kennedy Lewis the rebound. Now Schumann quickly up court for the Sabres. Here's Kaya Schumann. Drops it off for Kennedy Lewis. Kennedy, free throw line, drops off. There's a head of steam for Mamie Kuzman. Nice defense by the Otters. Everybody straight up. Grace Black into the front court, 40-35. Otters with a 5-point lead. Just inside of 9 minutes to go in the game. 5-point lead for Fergus Falls. There's a soft pass out on top. Savannah Lee's got the basketball. Here's Black. Grace Black out on the right wing. Pass underneath. Klinert got to shoot that. Whistle underneath. Hold underneath going against Sartell. Going to get Lauren Morris for the push from behind. Ruby Ellison back in for Fergus Falls. Kate Thompson checks back in for the Sabres. Grace Black will inbound right side of the basket for Fergus Falls. Otters going from right to left here. Pass inside for Ellison. Works off glass. Throws a rocket off the backboard. Missed it. Ball's loose. Tipped. And last a touch for the Sabres. Gabby Schumann was right there. Couldn't quite grab it. Little indecision, thinking the Otters were maybe the last to touch. So Otters will try it again. Grace Black looking for a backdoor cut. Finds Ellison. Back for Black. She's in the left corner. Guarded by Lewis. Grace brings it way up top. Half-court offense. 10 on the shot clock. Black is going to fire a long 3. Not a chance. Missed it. Not a chance. So a 5-point lead, 40-35. Otters led by 10 at the break. Lewis. Cross-court pass. Here's Gabby Schumann. She's going to fire a 3 ball. Look good. Missed it. But there's an easy rebound on the inside, but they missed the shot. Savannah Lee comes down with it for Fergus Falls. Now up ahead, Ruby Ellison. And a steal from behind by Kennedy Lewis. Nice hustle by Kennedy Lewis. Here comes Kennedy. 3-point arc. Morris in the corner. Now Thompson's got it. Back to Morris on the wing. They turned it over. Otters get it. Just a little poke check in there. Otters quickly into the front court. Here's Ellison. Cross-court pass. Savannah Lee. Hurst. This is Ellison. She's going to pop a 3 ball. Too strong. Long rebound. Otters get it. Fresh shot clock. Here's Savannah. Drops it off. Ella Black's going to fire a 3. That missed it. Rebound. It's a long one. Goes to the Sabres. Back into the front court. 7:15 to go here in the ball game. Kennedy Lewis working on Ella Black. She's got the basketball. She's going to try baseline. Finally swings it to the corner for Thompson. Morse has got it. Swing it over for Kennedy Lewis. Lewis drops it off. Here's Kuzman. Mamie kicks out. Gabby Schumann, great defense. Shot blocked out there. Nice job by Carly Hurst. Savannah Lee for Black. Ella Black got hammered. No call. Ball goes out of bounds. Fergus Falls will inbound. And an injured player. Looks like Ella Black comes up limping on this play. Well, she took a shot to the head. A little bit of a headache going here. Got a few tears on the bench, so the Otters make some quick substitutions here. Trainer quickly coming over. So the Otters will inbound. They're intending to Ella Black on the bench, the junior guard. Otters inbounding with Grace Black, left side of the hoop. Got to get it in. Timeout being called by the Otters. Jess Price going to draw something up. Want to make these possessions count. 6:48 remaining in the ball game. Our score on the Park Region scoreboard: Fergus Falls 40, Sartell 35. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Back in a moment. This is girls high school basketball. AM 1240 KBRF and Layton Media.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region with speeds that keep up. Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region with speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play. You'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Fergus Falls crowd not happy off that shot. Ball got tipped clearly off a Sartell player, but they give the ball to Sartell. They missed one there. 40-35 on our Park Region scoreboard. Otters leading by 5. Sartell the basketball. They trailed by 10 at the half. Here's Gabby Schumann going to drive the right side, kick back outside. That was Freeler, missed the shot, but the ball's going to come back down to Sartell. Another opportunity. Good defense on the help side. Great job by Ruby Ellison. Has the ball poked away. It'll stay with the Otters. 6:14 remaining in this game. Otters have scored just 7 points so far here in the second half in almost 12 minutes of play. More full court pressure from the Sabres. It's gotten them back in this game. 40-35. Otters trying to handle the press break, and they do. This is Grace Black. They're spinning at half court and then almost getting the turnover there. Open look in the corner. Hurst, 3-ball, got it. Carly Hurst, her first 3 of the ball game. Otters needed that one. 43-35, pushes the lead out to 8. And there's a turnover. Olivia Olson's checked in, first time tonight for the Sabres. Missed the pass up on top. Turnover to the Sabres. Otters needed that one. Final score tonight, Hillcrest girls get a 56-44 win over Hillcrest tonight. Thank you, Jason Resloff. Here's Grace Black. Reese Keels checked in. This is now Ellison. Here's Ruby. A little give and go, and nobody home. It was double teamed on the inside. Mamie Kuzman's got it, kicks it back outside. Here's Olivia Olson. Sabres work the perimeter. Gabby Schumann left corner, up on top. This is Thompson. Olson's got it. Grace Black on her. Into the paint. Mamie Kuzman's got it. Back to the basket. Freeler has that ball poked away into the backcourt. Officials say there was a touch. 5 seconds on the shot clock. There's a long jumper by Thompson. 3-ball, a prayer, and she got it. Oh, my goodness. Thompson now with 8 points. 43-38, 5-point game. There's a reach in the backcourt. Olson's going to pick up another foul. Just not moving the feet. It's her first. Otters will inbound far side. Kennedy Lewis, Kaya Schumann set the check back in for the Sabres. Hattie Fullhart checks back in for Fergus Falls. And Presley Warren in the game as well. A lot of contact out there tonight. Here's Warren, back up top. Grace Black looking off on the right wing, trying to find somebody to cut, and throws it away. Tried to find Carly Hurst on that one, instead sailed it into the first row behind the basket. So a 5-point lead for the Otters on the Park Region scoreboard, 43-38. Sartell the basketball. They can make this a 2-point game with the 3. Pass into the paint. Kuzman back outside. Thompson, now Gabby Schumann. Nice backdoor cut. All alone is Kuzman, and she missed a shot. And a rebound for Fullhart and a foul from behind. Foul on Sartell. And they're going to give that one to Kuzman. That's going to be 4 on Mamie Kuzman. 17 foul. That means Fergus Falls shooting bonuses now the rest of the way. 4:12 remaining in the game. There's not been a pretty second half at all here. Points hard to come by on both teams. Fergus Falls led by 10, 33-23. Otters been outscored tremendously here in the second half. Fullhart's free throw attempt. Needed it, got it. Now with 10 points in the ball game. 4 of 5 from the free throw line. 44-38. 6-point advantage for the Otters. Fullhart's second free throw. Good. Swished them both. 11 points now for Hattie. Into the front court. Here are the Sabres. Trailing 45-38. Gabby Schumann, top of the key. Kennedy Lewis, guarded by Black. Just stay with her. Here's Kaya Schumann. Swings it over for Gabby Schumann. Open look for 3. Going to come into the inside. Back outside. Lewis back outside again. Kuzman's going to pop a 3. Bank shot good. I'm not sure that's her shot, but she got it. Back to a 4-point game. 45-41. And there's a foul down low. Ruby Ellison maybe took the foul. Kuzman picks up the foul, and it's going to be 5 on Mamie. I've got her for 5. They say that's just 4. Free throw's coming. That one rolls around and good. Otters need all these. Ellison's a perfect 4 of 4 from the line. She's got 6 points in the game. Second free throw. That one's good. They're all big down the stretch. 47-41. 6-point lead for the Otter girls. Here's Kaya Schumann. Strong defensively. Nobody foul. Kennedy Lewis. Back for Thompson. Kaya Schumann on the left wing. Underneath, this is Kuzman. Mamie inside the paint. Gabby Schumann. Drive, shot blocked. Ball goes out of bounds. Nice straight up defense from the Otters. Presley Warren was there. Fullhart was there as well. Here's Elizabeth Clinert going to check back into the game for Warren. Clinert, a 5'11 junior. Just a little bit of size the Otters go with here. Inbounding, left side of the basket. Into the paint, all wide open as Kuzman missed the shot. Schumann the rebound. Gabby in the paint, kicks back outside. Lewis is going to pop a 3, and she buried it. Kennedy Lewis, a huge 3. 3-point game for Fergus Falls. There's a wild shot at the paint. Clinard couldn't get it to go, but the follow by Ruby Ellison. That's huge. Ruby now with 9 points in the game, 49-44. Otters with a 5-point lead. Schumann drives into the paint, goes off glass, score it, and a foul. Gabby Schumann, heads up play by her. 1 pump fake. Basket's good. Clinard picks up the foul. Just her second, 15 foul against the Otters. And now Gabby Schumann with 2:47 remaining in this game, a chance to make this a 2-point game. Free throw, in and out, missed it. Big rebound for Fergus Falls. Fullhart into the front court, she's out between the rings. Goes to the left side. Ellison up on top, Black. Grace has been quiet here in the second half. Ellison now in the right wing. Ellison driving, nobody picked her up. That's an easy bucket. Nice heads-up play by Ruby. And a timeout being called by the Otters. 2:24 remaining in this game on the Park Region scoreboard. Fergus Falls 51, Sartell 46. Sartell basketball when we come back. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Back with more in a moment. This is Otter basketball. The girls are playing on 1240 AM, KBRF, and Layton Media.
Hi, I'm Heather Hickman, Executive Director for LB Homes in Fergus Falls. Seasons may change, but one truth remains: our compassionate, Christ-centered care at LB Browen Home. For over a century, we have served as His hands and feet. Every resident is welcomed as family, embraced with the dignity and kindness that Christ calls us to share. So whether you are seeking peace of mind or a trusted home for a loved one, you'll find it here. LB Browen Home, rooted in faith, serving with compassion, trusted for generations.
Where to eat, the ultimate culinary adventure, from signature dishes to chef recommendations.
As your food review professionals, you can find us at KBRFradio.com, the Fergus Now app, and on YouTube.
Tune in every first Friday of the month for new episodes.
Check us out, and we'll show you
where to eat.
Timeouts again, brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare tonight. Bob Rohr is with you here at the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium. Derek Sidney, and our on-site producer, here for us tonight. 51-46, Otters with a 5-point lead over Sartell on the Park Region scoreboard, and 2:24 remaining in this ball game. Otters have a couple fouls to give, just with 5 team fouls, 8 team fouls for Sartell. No sense stopping the clock, though, and trying to give anybody an opportunity to get to the free throw line. Here's Kennedy Lewis, working from left to right. Drops it off. This is Mamie Kuzman. Pass underneath, intercepted by Elizabeth Clinert. Nice heads-up play by Elizabeth. Now the pressure comes in the backcourt. Grace Black, Hurst into the front court, and Fullhart lost the last touch. Ball goes out of bounds right on the sideline in front of the Fergus bench. So another turnover. Otters been a little better, keep taking care of the basketball here in the second half, but just not able to score much. Scored just 18 here in the second half. Still a 5-point lead for the Otters. Kaya Schumann, back for Gabby Schumann now, top of the key. Here's Kennedy Lewis, who's hit some big shots here. She got 3 threes in the ball game. Frailer is checked in. Schumann, Gabby's going to fire a 3. Goes off left edge of the rim, rebound to Fergus Falls. $1:32 to go in this game. Grace Black across the 10-second line. Presley Warren getting set to check in. Here's Clinert, swings over for Fullhart. Looking for Ellison down in the low block. Swing it over, Ellison's got it on the left side. Now Hurst. Open look, Fullhart, she's gonna pop a 3, got it! Hey, Hattie Fullhart. First 3-pointer of the game for Hattie. And that's a big one, 54-46. And a timeout being called by Sartell. 1:02 remaining in this game. Timeouts brought to you by Lake Region Healthcare. Otters 54, Sartell 46. We'll take a break. This is Otter Girls Basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and Layton Media.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team. The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information.
Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Back to live action, 1 minute remaining in this game. Out of the timeout, Sartell the basketball. Mamie Kuzman missed a shot on the inside, and off the long rebound, a tie-up. They're going to call the jump ball. Basketball will stay with the Sabres here. 52 seconds remaining in the game. 54-46. Otters with the lead. They inbound. Outside jumper coming here by Kaya Schumann. Missed a shot wide right. Rebound comes down to the Otters. And now the Otters quickly into the front court. They drop it off for Ruby Ellison, who's had a big second half here for the Otters. Presley Warren going to take their time, 35 seconds to go. Full Heart left side. Otters got to meet the basketball. Don't stand and watch. Ellison swings it over. She's got it. Down the baseline. All alone is Full Heart, but she got fouled. Got fouled by Kaya Schumann. Good foul. Got to do it. And Full Heart will go to the free throw line. Hattie 6 points in the first half. She's got 8 points here in the second half, and she's going to the free throw line. Kaya Schumann picks up the foul, 9th team foul, just her 3rd personal foul. Full Heart misses a free throw. Now 5 of 7 from the line. Grace Black is out. Reese Keel checks back in for the Otters. Just 23 seconds remaining. Make this a 3-possession game if she can knock down the free throw, and she does. 6 of 8 for Hattie on the night from the line. 55-46. 16 seconds to go in the ball game. Pass stolen away. Nice job by Ruby Ellison. Now they can kind of work the clock out. They're going to bring it back outside. Why shoot it? Full Heart's got it. 6 seconds remaining. Otters will work the perimeter, and they're going to escape this one. They're going to escape tonight. Final score from Fergus Falls High School. Otters win it by a score of 55-46. Ends up being a 9-point win, but the Sabres made this very interesting in the second half. I believe they got within 3, but the Otters able to close this one out with some big buckets and knocking down some free throws late in this game. So the Otters now run their record to 2-0 on the season, and Sartell falls to 0-2. Otters, though, 1-0 in the Central Lakes Conference. Sartell now 0-1 in the Central Lakes Conference. Our post-game show is coming up. We'll take a short break, come back and recap the scoring, and eventually say goodnight from Fergus Falls Senior High School. Back in a moment. This is girls high school basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and Layton Media.
Every team has a home field advantage. Make yours the internet from Park Region. With speeds that keep up with the pace of the game and the reliability to never miss a play, you'll always be connected. Get the internet that's always in your corner. Park Region, your home team's internet advantage.
Between muddy roads and dusty drives, your car takes a beating. Keep it shining with an unlimited car wash membership at Splash Express. Upgrade to the Platinum for a rust inhibitor, hot wax, and ceramic coating in one bundle. Stop by Splash Express next to Premier Meats in Fergus Falls.
Between practices, games, and late-night drives, who's got time to grocery shop? With Instacart from Service Food in Fergus Falls, order online and your groceries are ready for delivery. So you can cheer louder, not shop longer. Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Bob Rohr's back with you from the Fergus Gymnasium. Otters win it tonight. The girls hold on 55-46. Post-game show as Fergus Falls gets a win tonight. Nice effort. Kind of a sluggish start in the second half, but they were able to come back and hold things off. Sartell got within 3 in the second half, but not able to close it out. Otters are able to slam the door as we recap the scoring in this one tonight for the Otter girls getting that victory this evening. So it looks something like this for Fergus Falls. Reese Keel off the bench with 2 tonight. Carly Hurst had 10 in the first half, was perfect from the free throw line tonight. She goes 8 of 8 from the free throw line, good for 15. She knocked down a 3-pointer also in the second half. Elizabeth Clinard off the bench adds 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Presley Warren, 3-pointer in the first half. That's her total of 3. 8 points for Grace Black, including a couple 3-pointers tonight. 11 points for Ruby Ellison. Nice second half for her. She went 4 of 4 from the free throw line in the second half. 5 of 5 from the line total. A couple 2-pointers in the second half. She finishes with 11. And Hattie Fullhart comes back with a nice second half with 9 points in the second half. Finishes with 15, including 4, 5, 6. Goes 6 of 8 from the free throw line. So those were all big. Fergus Falls needed all of those tonight, and they win it tonight 55-46. The scoring for Sartell, 14 points for Kennedy Lewis, and Bryn Darling adds 5. 7 points for Kaya Schumann, including some big buckets here in the second half. Kay Thompson off the bench, she contributes 8, including a couple 3-pointers. 1 point for Lauren Morris, 2 points for Tess Hovda off the bench, 5 points for Gabby Schumann, Mamie Kuzman a 3-pointer in the second half, and 2 points for Abby Nagengast off the bench for their team total of 46. So the Otters win it 55-46, and when we come back, we'll have our Quality Player of the Game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Back with more in a moment with our post-game show. You're listening to Otter Girls Basketball on AM 1240 KBRF and also Layton Media.
The 2025 model year closeout pricing has arrived at Minnesota Motor Company in Fergus Falls. They have just a handful of new 2025 Chevy and Buick vehicles remaining, and all of them are at their lowest prices of the year. From the Chevy Blazer to the Buick Enclave, you won't want to miss out on these great deals. Contact the sales team for more information.
Minnesota, Minnesota Motor.
South Pebble Lake Road, Fergus Falls.
Here's to a great season for all our favorite high school athletes. American Legion is a favorite too and serves up everyone's favorite barbecued ribs. American Legion of Fergus Falls, open each Wednesday through Saturday on Pebble Lake Road in Fergus Falls.
Barbaro's back with you here at the Kennedy Secondary School Gymnasium, Fergus Falls High School. Otter girls got it going late here in the second half, able to hold off Sartell 55-46 to run their record to 2-0 on the season, 1-0 in the Central Lakes Conference. And time now to announce our player of the game, the quality player of the game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. Couple good candidates on the Fergus Falls side. Carly Hurst started hot today, 10 points in the first half. Solid from the free throw line, going 8 of 8, and they needed all. She finished with 15 points. Hattie Fullhart had a nice ball game, finishing with 15. But our quality player of the game, I'm going to actually give this to Ruby Ellison. Ruby, a great job, 5 of 5 from the line. Finishes with 11 points, a couple field goals in the second half. But I thought Ruby Ellison was very much that calming influence that Fergus Falls needed in the second half to keep them in this game. They did not fall behind. They led by 10 at halftime, 33-23. Turned it over a couple times right out of the gate in the second half, but I thought Ruby Ellison was just kind of that nice stabilizing factor for the Otter girls tonight. And for that, Ruby Ellison is our quality player of the game, brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. For screen printing and embroidery on custom apparel with the best in personal service around, contact Lake Country Graphics at 1223 North Union Avenue in Fergus Falls, or give them a call at 998-4027. That's Lake Country Graphics. Upcoming games for us here on our Layton Media family of stations. We've got boys hockey for you tomorrow night, or on Thursday night, I should say. Boys hockey, River Lakes coming to town at the Community Ice Arena. You can hear that one at 7:15 on KBRF. That's a 7:15 start. Pre-game show starts around 7. And there's girls basketball for you with Henning taking on Underwood. That's a 7:30 start at Underwood. You can hear that one on KJ Country 96.5, 7:30 start, 7:15 pregame show. Friday night, Fergus Falls girls are at Detroit Lakes, 7:15 start. You can hear that one right here on KBRF. And also girls basketball with Battle Lake traveling to Hillcrest, the 7:15 start. You can hear that one on KJ Country 96.5 as well. 7:15 start and 7 o'clock on the pregame show for that one. So like I said, Otter girls next game taking on Detroit Lakes on Friday night. So the Otter girls get the win tonight, 55-46. My thanks to all of our sponsors being part of this tonight. Nelson Auto Center in Fergus Falls, Lake Region Healthcare, Park Region Service Beyond the Connection, our scoreboard sponsor. Halftime sponsor as usual, Minnesota Motor Company. Our quality player of the game brought to you by Quality Toyota and Lake Country Graphics. And of course, Running Stitches, our friends there, the local choice for embroidery and screen printing in Fergus Falls. That's Running Stitches Embroidery. I want to thank Coach Jess Price stepping in for the head coach, Josh Steer, tonight. She's 1-0 in her varsity high school career, coaching-wise. Nice job for the coach. Appreciate her helping us out with our pregame show. My thanks to our on-site producer, Derek Sidian, and also Craig Olson for all of his scheduling duties that he does for us here with Layton Media. And, of course, a big thank you to all of you for joining us tonight, listening on AM 1250 KBRF and watching on Leighton Media. I'm Bob Roars. Final score once again, Otters win it 55-46. Good night, everybody, from the Kennedy Secondary Gymnasium. Good night. So long.
Thank you for joining us for a special KBRF Sports video streaming presentation. Today's game is brought to you by the Minnesota Motor Company and your Minnesota Motor Company halftime show. Lake Region Healthcare and your Lake Region Healthcare timeout. Park Region and your Park Region scoreboard. Nelson Auto Center and your Nelson starting lineups. Quality Toyota and your Quality Toyota player of the game. The Viking Cafe and the Viking Cafe keys to the game. Orthopedic Sports and Physical Therapies Incorporated. Fergus Falls Monument. Ottertail Coaches. Fresh and Fancy at Mama Sheena's. FM Bank. Service Food. Ugstead Plumbing and Heating. Splash Express. American Legion Post number 30 of Fergus Falls. Lake Country Graphics. LB Homes. And by Running Stitches Embroidery. We hope you enjoyed this KBRF video sports streaming presentation. You can see this game and others by going to kbrfradio.com, clicking on sports streaming, the KBRF Radio YouTube page, and on the Fergus Now app.